Okay, we are now in what was originally intended to be the final video in the Building Diagonally in Minecraft tutorial series. And in this video we're supposed to cover details. And I was supposed to explain to you why the wall textures are always a work in progress, how to randomize the textures. We will get to the randomizing textures. And we've already been going through the changing wall textures, trying to figure out what feels good, what we like. We're going to add whatever details we want to our doors and windows. We're going to add details to the ground. And we're going to leave it to you to furnish the build, putting it into a world where you have a view if you want, put a deck in, chimney, whatever. We might end up expanding to a 6th video because the roofing video went long. I haven't even dared look at it yet. And if it went too long, I might even have to redo it. I don't want to go over a half hour. So it went long, and we didn't even finish the inside of the roof, which is a whole other process. But I wanted to show you what I've done. Remember, I left you with doing the trim on the roof yourself. Explore your own artistic voice kind of a thing. Here's what I ended up doing, and I'm going to change something right now, actually, while I'm here. And it still wants to rain on my world. I don't know why. And I will zoom up and have you look around here in a minute. But I just saw that this I did not like. I wanted to have this a consistent texture through here. And I might take this and I might actually do something really off the wall, like, who knows? Just for now, while I'm showing you what's going on, I'll sleep on it for a second or two. I could even do, if I thought that that was too much of the cobblestone, I could theoretically do one of these. Let me see if I like this better. Excuse me while I delete this unwanted specimen. We can either leave the wall all the way around the same. That looks weird, if you were to ask me. Maybe cobblestone. I don't know. Just because I've got this single solid wall here, and why not make it into some sort of a feature wall? I mean, why does all the supports have to be the exact same texture? There's no rule that says that that's the case. Another thing we could do, I'm sorry, I gotta play around a little bit, is this, but I don't think I'm gonna like that either. I don't know, maybe, but it just doesn't feel right. I think I still like having a brick there. You were thinking the same thought I had, right? Put the chisel way up there as an accent. Kind of like that. Alright, so this is what we have done so far. This is what it looks like, our profile from straight on view from a distance. We've got pretty good slope. I have added trim to the edges of cobblestone slabs, stairs, and blocks. And then for the nose, what I did was I had to figure this out last, but I guess I can figure it out with you and show you now what I figured out. But this needs to go because this starts over here. It's one block over. Is it one block over? Yeah. No, it's 2 blocks over. So when you're doing your 5 middle part here on top, this is hard to explain, but it's part of the logic you gotta look for. So here we have 5 facing in this section of the roof is fine, but we have to transition to this section of the roof, which, if you remember right, has been shifted up and up and in. Remember, because we did our laying out our foundation, it follows our foundation blocks. Well, then this has to be in the middle, which means that it has to be a block in and up from that end, and it has to be a block in, no, excuse me. I'm trying to explain this as clearly as I can. Oh, and this has to start a block up. But that's not in, that's out, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I can't really explain it to you, but a better way to see it is if you are going straight on and you were drawing a line. You see? We've got a line straight across. So we know we've got it right because we've got this line going straight across. We know these chunks are correct for the same reason. We've got the line going straight across. This looks a little weird because you've got this stair and then you've got this chunk here. And I might address it, I might not, but remember, this is a flat wall. It doesn't look like a flat wall, but that's what it is. And if this was all lined up, you would see this plank sticking out, and then this would be on one side flush with the surface of this plank, and this would be on the other flush with the surface of the plank, excuse me. So I'm leaving that for right now. What I did here is, so I put my cobblestone slabs there. These are full cobblestone blocks for the transition. And then I have 2 more full cobblestone blocks, and they come right above this support. That's where they end. And then there's the support block, and then we have 2 more cobblestone blocks here. Excuse me. 2 here stacked on top of this planks, which is the support part of it. But these are just a single block, but we've got a row of 4 of them. So 4 single blocks on either end of this section of 5 slabs. That's what we have here. And then we've got 2 slabs up here for the transition. This is now a double block, and this is a regular block, but without the double, because what I want to do is, and I just deleted that to make it easier for you to see, I'm creating where I want to put the stairs. So now I'm going to go down here to my stairs and redo this nose that I've created. And so I just have 2 upside down stairs. That is not upside down. That is not upside down stair. That is an upside down stair. And then just 1 chiseled there. And I don't know if that's the best way of doing it, but I kind of like that. I'm getting kind of an Asian Viking /Viking feel off of it. I don't know. It's my style. It doesn't make any sense to most people, probably, except me. It doesn't make any sense to me either, so I guess nobody understands it. Anyway, now I've got to debate if I want to add any stairs or transition to this block here or leave it. I think I'll probably leave it. I've just gone all the way around, and that's what I've done. And you can see that each chunk is individual of roof. But then when you get to the top, because we've got to transition to the other side, which is over to and up, I think up and over, or up and into, you've got to have that top part's got to transition that. So then the other thing that I did was I went in here and I was not happy with, I tried using dark oak planks here. I didn't like it. I just stuck with regular like we had originally for the support, but then up here I've changed it to dark oak instead of the oak support beam that we had running through here. And I think I kind of like this, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side real quick while we're sitting in here. And this might change because this is Minecraft, and what we're doing here is just building and having fun. But it looks kind of like there's supposed to be a chimney there, and that's the only thing I don't like about it, is because I'm not putting a chimney in there. It's an accent wall, but it doesn't look right. It looks like a chimney. And I don't know that we would have that chisel block at the top. It's just kind of silly, I think, but I'm going to leave it for now. don't think there's anywhere else I could put it. Excuse me. I've been doing videos all day and I'm kind of tired. I'm going to need a break. I could theoretically put the chisel way up here. I didn't think this looked right when I had it like this. I think it needed to stick out one more because all of these stuck out one, so that's why I had done that, or why I had done that. I could, let's see something here. Let's see what this looks like. Much better. What do you think? I think that looks a lot better. It fits right in there, I think. Of course, you won't see it on the inside. It's only an outside effect, but house needs a little curb appeal anyway. Okay, so let's get started on building our roof inside. Hopefully you can see what I have done. I've got a couple of choices here. I can use spruce wood stairs, and I can just make everything in here one color. That's one thing I can do. I might be able to do brick stairs. I'm kind of curious to see what that would look like, but I don't think brick stairs are going to work. And I can use dark oak stairs. I don't think I'd want to use cobblestone. So let's grab this, let's grab this, and for the halibut, let's grab that, and let's grab that. So now we've got a bunch of different stairs. And you don't have to do this if you prefer your roof looking like this. I'm trying to plug up these holes and figure out how I want to operate things here. So I'm going to start with brick. It's not bad, and it matches the red. I don't know if I like upside down brick stairs for a ceiling, though. But it actually looks okay, I think. Maybe. I'll consider this. Then here's my dark oak planks, of course, and that's just going to continue the dark kind of pattern we have going. It contrasts well with the red. I think there's a little clash going on here with the spruce. I think the oak is going to make it look busy. I think the birch wouldn't look right either. Yeah. It kind of works, you know, having the white on the inside because it heightens the space. I'm going to do something weird because I like how the brick looks. I'm going to add brick everywhere. You can do as you wish. I might change this, but for right now, I say why not. When we get to the end parts, we're going to want to just end in most cases on the inside, otherwise it'll look kind of weird. And I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to tell you. And you can already see that there's some issues just from building to... Oh man, this light is giving me a headache. Okay. There must be some secret to controlling the character so that it's more smooth. Everybody else that I've watched building in Minecraft does not seem to struggle with the control over their character. The way I can compare it to is it's like my character is skating around on an ice block. And you can imagine that that's very difficult for... We don't want that. See how that looks kind of strange? Or it looks better if it's just solidly cut right off, like it's been shifted and cut around. But you are welcome to transition the stairs if you want, but I think it's going to cause you some problems you're not going to like in the end, so I don't recommend it. But it's your house, do as you wish. We're going to have to figure out some ways to light this. That'll have to be either in the next video or the video or this video. I don't know which one's going to be it. I have never used a brick ceiling before. You'd think it'd make it feel like a warehouse, but it actually kind of works, oddly enough. Okay, so we've got this strange kind of design going on here. And I think we might be able to utilize this and add some lights in here somewhere. I think we'll add one here, and we may or may not place a cover on it. The little vent covers in this texture pack I think are kind of strange looking and don't use them very often because of that. I want middle. Where would the middle be of the 5? Here? Does that work? Gives me 2 on each end? Yeah. And then this one worked. Now I could move it over if I wanted to. It would accent that wall better. Okay, I think we've got it. And I could even increase that amount of lights there. You know, I want the light to be right here on the brick. I love looking at light on brick, so I'm thinking, no, that's not going to work, of course. We've got a hole. Yeah, let's do that. I haven't decided yet if I want to do a screen, and I've done one in the middle there. I could theoretically, is that not at the end? Could theoretically do another one. Can I do it here? It should work. Yeah. I just can't go out any. Oh, I can go one more, so I can go one from the edge. Okay, let's change this up. I want a good spacing between my lights. I don't know that I like how that looks because it doesn't really match. I'm too picky. Don't work either. And this is the middle. I like that. I'll just do that. It looks a little off center, but it also kind of fits. So we've got our lighting in, we've got our roof in. We might want to curve stairs around to kind of hide these spots. We might want to add entire brick blocks. We might want to leave it. I'm not sure what I did in my other diagonal house. I'll leave that to your personal preference. Let's see what it would look like if we tried to curve around. Well, to me, that just looks kind of fishy. I think I remember what I did was I added a block or a brick or something. Let's go take a peek. Let's do a real quick field trip before I finish this. See what we did in my other house that I'm working on. And then we'll do some exterior details. I've got to check and see how much time we've been on this. No, I left it. I cut it right off because I didn't like how anything looked in it. That might change. I like how that curves from a distance. That's pretty neat. Okay, so we've got a few questions to ask ourselves. Do we want to add any windows anywhere along here? We could put one in here. We could even put a too high window strip right here in the middle. I'm thinking no at the moment. I might change that. It's an awful large, I don't like this space here, but I think if we fill it in with some kind of an entryway, that'll probably work better. So what I did with the other one is I echoed what I had done. So to do an echo of the entryway, probably what I would do. Maybe something like that. Dog is barking, I don't know why. She's upset about something, I don't know what. I don't quite like how that looks, so I'm not sure. Keep in mind we've got to remember that this wall here is flat. I hate it when you can't get the angle quite right. I don't know about you, I'm not a huge fan of how that looks. Need to go outside? Ah, that's what it is. She's demanding to go outside. Body broken. Okay, let's see how this works. See, what I don't like about this is this huge giant block. It just seems kind of ponderous, and I don't know the solution, because if you use a regular slab, it don't give you the right peak. I'm distracted. I can't pause the video because I don't think there's a pause. I gotta keep an eye on the dog and make sure she doesn't run off into the road or somewhere. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. That's very similar to what I did with the other one. We'd have to bring out this part here. And I think we'll do another video after this. I have to check on the dog and find out what's going on. So I'll probably end it here, and I'll do another part where we'll probably do the randomizing of the textures and the details and that sort of stuff. Need to figure out a pattern that we like for this part of it here. We can do that. That's just taking an upside down stair and sticking it there. If we do this, we define that window a little bit. So I might do something like that. But when we get over here, we have to make sure that we can match everything properly together. And as you can see, that does not look correct. So maybe like that, kind of fake it a little bit. That's kind of copying what I did over there, but you know, I like it, it works. Oh, I've got to finish out the underside of the roof here. So that's what I will do. I'll do that off camera and let you just kind of play around, design the style of this the way you want. I'm going to go check on the doggy, and when we come back, we're going to start to flush things out. We need to add some stuff here for support. We need to give some kind of details to these windows. We'll do that, and we'll do some randomizing of the textures. I'll see you then.